Come along, rise and shine. Come along and rise and shine. Come on and shine. Come along and ride on a light walker, Johnny. Light walker, Johnny. Yeah. Come along and ride on a light walker, Johnny. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Sunday Soul Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Lisa Brewer, and I am thrilled to have this week's guest with us. He is known across the universe, if you will, as on the Earth plane in our particular matrix, as Flat Earth Dave. And Dave, I will not do you justice. Can you give the folks a little bit of background of yourself, how you got to be known here as Flat Earth Dave?
You know, I just did a long podcast right leading into this one, and I was having an interesting conversation. And I said for the first time, and I really stand by it, is once you discover that the Earth is flat, if you don't become slightly obsessed about it, something's wrong with you. Okay, because flat Earth is the foundation of who you are, where you are, what you are, the power of your mind. Flat Earth has been hidden from you, and all of those things that go with it, who you are, where you are, what you are, and the power of your mind, are hidden. That's why they lie about the globe. The globe is a satanic model, and it is meant to separate you from the creator, separate you from your true divinity, your true power. And when you discover all of that is nonsense and that you're in a much better position, if you don't become obsessed with that, you have a mental problem.
You came in hot. All right, I like that. Listen, that's what we're all about. Is those of you all-time listeners will know, I'm all about the fact that we have been told lies all across our entire lives, and that it has been meant to separate us from our true divinity and from an actual relationship with Source, Creator, the All, whatever you wish to call. So this is going to be very interesting. I have watched some of your videos, and you guys, there will be links to his website and other interviews down in the description box below. You can go and find it. This is thoroughly intriguing me because I have thus far been like, guys, I don't want to hear about this flat Earth stuff. Like, it feels right.
We were all the same,
right?
All the same.
Yeah. And being one that studied biochemistry as well, so I have a scientific mind as well as an esoteric mind. So the scientist in me was like, well, maybe there might be something to this because it kind of makes sense. But I am thoroughly interested, and I've been studying, like, being a minister as well, having been before, still am, roughly, the whole concept of the firmaments and all of this. Talk about how, because typically one of the biggest things, of course, it's a globe. I've seen pictures, right? That's one of the first things that opened it.
At the beginning here, for those of you listening, if you're still listening, that thinks this is the dumbest thing ever and you're just looking for something else to watch, hang in there. I'm offering 3 Bitcoins. If you know what that is, it's right around $150,000 for one proof of the globe. Listen to the show. Email me one proof of the globe and you win 3 Bitcoins. But spoiler alert, you're not going to be able to, because everything that you think is a proof, you're going to find out today isn't a proof. Boats Over the Horizon, Sticks and Shadows by Aristophanes in ancient Greece, Seasons, Day and Night, all of that points to a flat Earth. So we'll get there. And go ahead. Sorry for taking you off track.
And the reported pictures from the reported satellites that are reportedly up in the, like, that was one of the things that blew my mind. I'm not trying to steal your thunder. Talk to us. How did you come to this conclusion that the Earth is flat and not a globe?
I tried to debunk it. That's how everybody becomes a flat earther. You get tired of hearing about it and you say, I'm just going to prove the globe or disprove flat Earth. And either one will turn you into at the worst, a anti-glober. All right. Because honestly, there's a lot we don't know about this realm. What is it? Are we on a dielectric plane inside of a toroidal field? And, what is this place? It's level, and water proves that. The Earth is 70% water.
Mm-hmm.
And We can see too far. We can see, farther. On a flat Earth, the horizon is where the sky meets. Just perspective brings the sky and the surface of the Earth together, and that's your horizon. When they touch, that's your horizon. I can look down Long Island Sound, and about 30 miles away, the clouds are on the water, and that's my horizon. That's an optical thing. I can zoom in with my camera and open it up again and see farther, and I can, so
Yes.
on a flat Earth, the horizon's optical. On a globe Earth, the horizon could be optical, but it has to be physical at the same time. A 6-foot tall person standing at the edge of calm water, according to globe math of a 24,901 mile sphere, at 3 miles, there's a 6-foot drop. So a person standing at the edge of a person standing at the edge of the water should see a physical horizon no farther than 3 miles away. That means they cannot see the surface of the water beyond 3 miles away. But there's many, many examples. This is one that we call the black swan, where the height of this camera is a foot off the water. This farther platform should have 59 feet of curvature. But not only can we see the whole platform, we can see the surface of the water for dozens of miles beyond it, right? The bottom of this platform should be 59 feet below the curve, a physical curve, but this proves it's an optical curve.
Okay, wait.
Optical horizon, not curve, sorry.
Correct. So what you're saying is because of the supposed circumference of the Earth, if we just use math that we all agree upon, standard trigonometry, geometry, that we should physically be able to see the curvature of the Earth with our own eyes.
You should physically see things go behind the curve. For example, and this is if a pregnant woman, 9-month pregnant woman, takes her fist and puts it on top of her belly, looks down, and then rides it over her belly, over her navel, it's going to disappear behind a physical horizon, right? When she gets down to her the bottom of her belly, her entire fist is hidden underneath the curve. It's gone, and you can't see it. But that's the same thing on a flat Earth. At 10 miles away, there should be 66 feet of curvature. At just 10 miles. At 100 miles, 6,000 feet, 6,600 feet. That's over a mile of curvature, right? But ships with warships, whatever, Navy ships with lasers can pinpoint another ship over 100 miles away. There should be a mountain over a mile high in between them. Most of the ocean, the Earth is 70% water, and a big portion of the ocean is called the abyssal plain. It's flat. A submarine sitting on the bottom can shoot sonar out and see another submarine 100 miles away. There should be a mountain of water, a mountain of dirt in between them, over a mile high, 6,000 feet, right? So, and submarines, wrong thing. Submarines as they're going, they have their wings out and they say, okay, we're 200 feet from the surface. And they say, just go straight, and they follow the flat surface. If the Earth was curved, they'd constantly pop out of the water. They'd have to keep nosing down if the Earth was a globe. Airplanes fly over the Earth curve or the Earth plane. Okay?
Yes.
Airplanes fly straight and level, and they don't nose down. If they didn't, after an hour, they'd be 80,000 feet in the air. Right? They have to keep nosing down because an airplane flying at 550 miles an hour, after an hour, there's 30,000 feet of drop. Right. They'd be 30,000 feet higher than they were before. And the gyro that the pilot spins up on the horizon, on the runway, spins it up, says, this is level. And then the plane goes, when the plane turns, the gyro stays level. When the plane goes up and down, the gyro stays level. So that's how they know where they are. And so if he's flying halfway around the world, the gyro would be sideways when they got halfway around the world, but it's not. It's always level with the ground.
So you're saying the gyro would let them know that at some point it would say, okay, wait, you got to come down in order to stay close to the Earth and not go off in space. And you're saying that
the gyro tells them they're flying level.
agreed.
Right?
Yes.
On a globe, you'd have to keep nosing down, and there's
That's what I
nothing that
mean.
would tell the gyro to turn. The gyro
Okay.
is not affected by gravity or g-forces. It holds rigidity in space. That's the definition of a gyro.
Okay.
The other thing is, on a globe, the higher you get, the farther you can see. The farther you can see, the farther the drop is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, excuse me, I'm eating a cough drop because I'm losing my voice. On a flat Earth, the horizon always rises up to eye level because it just goes off into the distance, and perspective brings it almost to your eye level.
Mm-hmm.
On a globe, the higher up you are, the farther you can see, the farther the drop should be, right? Because as you're going across here, every segment, if I go, from here to here, the drop is this much. If I go from here to here, whoa, it's a bigger drop. If I go from here to here, whoa, it's a huge drop. So it's exponentially dropping, right? 8 inches per mile squared, because that'll, give you a great approximation of the actual drop for the first 1,000 miles. After that, it gets, it's a couple thousand miles actually, but we don't need it. We need 10 miles, 20 miles, 100 miles.
Right.
Okay. We can see that. But, if you look at on an airplane, if you're flying at 39,000 feet, you can see there's a 242 miles, right? The total drop, wait a minute, 39,000 feet, you can see 242 miles to the horizon, right? The drop would be 39,000 feet, right? Almost the same as the height. It's just a coincidence. So you're already that high. The drop is 39,000 feet, right? So let me back it up again. If you're standing on the Earth and you can see 242 miles, there's a 39,000 foot 50 drop, 39,000 50-foot drop.
Gotcha.
So at that height, you can see, so the drop to the horizon is 78,000 feet. You can't even fathom what 78,000 feet is. It's so high. You've never been that high. But somehow when you're in an airplane, you can look out the window on one side, look out the window on the other side. You can see the horizon in both of them. And if you drew an imaginary line, that line would go right in front of your eyes, right? Because the horizon's at eye level, but you have to believe that horizon is 78,000 feet below you.
No, this is impossible. You couldn't see that. That's impossible.
Right.
So explain to, because we're very much into the astrology and all of that here.
Good.
So explain to me this, because this actually makes more sense now for our zodiac signs, right? How do you explain the orbits of, we've been told the sun, the Earth orbits the sun, and all the other planets orbit the sun. How do you explain orbits from a flat Earth perspective?
Yeah. So let's explain it from from the helio-nonsensical BS model perspective first. Okay. So you have to believe that you're standing on a ball. Do you ever watch the sunset?
Yes.
Do you like roller coasters?
Somewhat.
All right. So you're not a big roller coaster fan.
No.
Are you a fan of race cars?
Yes.
Would you like to be in one?
I would love to.
How about, would you like to be in one that goes 200 miles an hour?
That'd be a little scary, but that'd be a lot of
400 miles an hour?
No, I don't know. Thank you. I'm good.
How about 1,000 miles an hour?
No.
Okay.
No.
So when you're watching the sunset, is it peaceful?
Yes.
In the heliocentric model, you are standing on a ball. The sun is stationary. Well, it's stationary from your point of view, and it's going down because you're falling over backwards faster than 1,000 miles an hour, faster than the speed of sound, right? On the heliocentric model, you're spinning backwards, which is making the sun appear to go down. Okay?
Okay.
That's right. The Earth is spinning, which makes the sun appear to go down over faster than the speed of sound. You're orbiting the sun, speeding up and slowing down with an average of 66,600 miles per hour. 66,600 miles per hour. Funny number, but you can't fathom what that speed is. At the same time, and by the way, you don't like roller coasters and you don't want to go 1,000 miles an hour in a car, but you're blowing this stuff away. You're chasing the sun, excuse me, at a 500,000 miles per hour. You're chasing the sun. So you're corkscrewing through space. That's three. There's four directions, but we'll just focus on those three. And you don't feel anything. This is the hypersonic track sled. It's going to go by at Mach 8.6. Get ready. Ready? Can't even see it. Okay. I wish I had the sound. You could Google this yourself on YouTube. Hypersonic track sled, a track test. Or is that
hypersonic sled track test?
Sled yes. Track, and it'll come right up. And you'll hear it. The sound is like bone chilling. Okay. You're orbiting the sun 10 times faster than that.
Okay, so
you're chasing. Right. Well, hold on. You're chasing the sun 100 times faster than that. Okay, and then we go into nature, and we see this. What does this tell you?
This is peaceful mountain.
Is this lake spinning, whirling, and twirling and gyrating through infinite space?
No, it's calm.
It's perfectly still. Hold a dinner plate, fill it with water to the brim, and see if you can walk across the room or take a drive in a car or even fly on an airplane. Okay? Can't do it. This water isn't moving because the earth isn't moving. And all of the motions that they tell us the earth is doing are curved motions. So if you're going 1,000 miles an hour in a straight line, yeah, you can operate. But if you're turning, speeding up and slowing down, spinning, you're orbiting the sun, you're spinning 1,000 miles an hour, and then you're going minus 1,000 miles an hour in the direction that you're going. You can't calculate any of this because none of it makes any sense. So you ask me, how does orbits work on a flat Earth? Well, NASA, the liars at NASA, we'll get into that, say that the solar system's flat. You know why? Because it only works over flat Earth. Because those lights in the sky that used to be called wandering stars are now called planets. Okay? So once you see the deception, here's my I had some what happened to my planet. Oh, I got it. So we're told that Mars is this rocky planet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not. Mars is a light in the sky. It's here within the Earth system. You know what? When I first learned about astrology as a kid, I laughed at it as a joke. You know, how does Mars is 25 million miles away and it can't even affect our tides with its gravity? How's it going to affect my life? And I laughed it off my entire life. But then I realized that all of these stars, wandering stars, which are now called planets, they're all named after gods. That's interesting.
Yes.
They're here within the Earth system. They're energetic. Okay.
Yes.
They're sentient in my mind, right? Again, they're all named after gods, if you will. And if you look at them through today's consumer optics, this is the star Capella. Does that look like a burning ball of hydrogen trillions of miles away? Or does that look like something here within our Earth system? Something amazing, right?
Mm-hmm. It makes sense. So, of course, studying biochemistry, of course, I had to study physics.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the laws of physics basically will tell you, or physics will tell you, that the reason why you may not feel the same movement is because you're moving along with this entity. However, so if you're in a car, you know you're moving, but the reason why you don't go through the, unless you come into an equal and opposite force, is because you, the car, everything, you're all moving together at the same time, which is what people will say that's the reason why we don't feel moving thousands of miles of
right.
Per hour.
If you turn, that's acceleration. It can be going the same speed, but turning is acceleration. Okay. Neil deGrasse Tyson, the failed actor that claims to, know everything about the earth, he says that the water at the equator bulges 14 miles high because of the centrifugal force of the spin. Hey, that makes sense. I always bought into that. 14 miles high. He goes, but from space, Earth is so big you wouldn't even notice that. The 14 miles, is like a hair on a cue ball or whatever. Okay. 14 miles high. So if I'm flying from New York to South America, I have to cross the equator. Well, my plane only flies 5 miles high. Okay. So I have to triple the height of my plane just to skim over a hump of water. Give me a break.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
How come the Maldives, which are like a foot high, how come they're not, there's no tide on there. They're right on the equator. All of the islands, they never get flooded, right? Where's this 14-mile bulge of water? And how come, at what point, when I'm sailing a boat, am I climbing that hill, right? When I'm heading south or north, right? 14 miles high. How high is Everest? It's like, give me a break.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And so that is nonsense. All right. And what does this look like? Does this look like a rocky ball reflecting sunlight 25 million miles away? Or does this look like, I don't know, an energetic source? This is Mars. This is Mars.
Through what type of?
So a P1000 super zoom camera, Nikon, any consumer camera, anybody can get it. And you can start looking at these things. Now, some things are in focus, some things are out of focus, but sometimes out of focus will show you something that you can't see when it's in focus.
Yeah.
But these are, we believe that space is liquid water, and that, the firmament separates the waters from the waters. And we live in this dielectric plane inside of this domed world. Right? So people say, oh, well, what about, where's the edge? Well, here's Antarctica. What did they tell us about Antarctica? They tell us Antarctica is the highest land on Earth. Okay. Antarctica is the highest land on Earth. Well, that's weird. Antarctica is at the bottom of a ball. And I was like, why would it be the highest land on Earth? Right. This is what they tell us. This is Antarctica. And it's 13,000 miles around. It's the highest land on Earth. Interesting, right? Well, if you were gonna get in a hot tub, you got a hot tub, which is a container of water, and I snapped my fingers and the hot tub disappeared. What happens to the water? It's gone, right? Yeah. If you were on a lake, what holds the water in the lake? Well, the edge of the lake is all the way around is where the land is higher than the water, because the water finds its level, and the land contains it. If you lowered part of the land, the water would fill that area until it found higher land, and that's the container. Large bodies of water need a container. Okay? Well, all of our oceans create the world pond. And its container is the highest land on Earth. Well, that land is Antarctica. It's the shoreline of our world. With me?
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. So Antarctica is the shoreline of our world. Interesting. Right? So people say, well, show me the ice wall. That's from Game of Thrones. That I believe the whole purpose of that show was to make you believe an ice wall covering the edge of the earth. Here's the ice wall. It's the shoreline of Antarctica. The plateau is like 200 feet in the air in most areas. And if a boat pulled up there, the boat is like tiny down here. It's like a big ship. You need a crane or rope ladders or whatever, a helicopter to get up there. And then it goes on and on and on. We don't know how far, because the Antarctic Treaty doesn't allow anyone to go beyond 60 degrees south. Okay? 60 degrees south is this pink line here. You can't even see Antarctica from there. And if you try to go to Antarctica, you'll be stopped by military force. There's islands all the way around. There's 7 or 8 of them that have military bases run by the crown on it. And anybody that gets near Antarctica is immediately stopped. Drones come after them, ships come after them. And it's been documented many times.
By the British Crown.
Yeah, well, the British Crown, United States, all of the Russia, it's all separation of countries is all nonsense. It's all, they're all in it together.
Oh.
It's all about separation.
Oh
It's all
boy.
about divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Are you,
Interesting.
yeah. So again, what's out here?
Yes.
What's out here? So out here, well, if we lived here, if this is our known world, what's beyond the shoreline of Antarctica? Well, no one's allowed to independently travel there. In 1959, the story is Admiral Byrd went out there and said he found more land beyond the pole problem, and that it's filled with resources, and there's warmer areas in Antarctica where it got warm. Well, wait a minute. What? It's supposedly the coldest place on Earth. And that it's filled with resources. And they came up with the Antarctic Treaty. All the countries in the world signed on eventually. And nobody can even question it until the year 2042. No treaty in history has ever lasted that long. And especially one this ridiculous. Unclaimed land, no humans on it, no animals other than some penguins in some areas. And no one's allowed to go, no corporations are allowed to go there and, get the needed resources. We'd rather cut down the Amazon. That's ridiculous. So what's in the outer space? Well, if this is the inner space, this would be the outer space. If this ring is Antarctica, this would be land that we don't know about. What do you call more land? Extra land. What's another word for land? Territory. Extra territory. If you lived on the extra territory in the outer space, and you came visiting me in the inner space, what would you be considered?
An extraterrestrial.
From?
Outer space.
Bingo. All of the biggest telescopes in the world are located on southern points of land, and they're all pointing out. None of them are pointing up. They're all looking out south, out south, out south.
Might be completely off. I don't know if anyone's ever asked you this. They probably have. Do you believe in that outer space could be where some of, we believe that there are, different races, right? The potential that there's more intelligent life out there than just here, and intelligent I use in quotes. Could that be like where in Atlantis is or was? Or something like the
I did
Atlantean.
a very interesting talk with Sophia Smallstorm, who is a researcher a couple of years ago. It's called The Outward Flow of Civilizations. You can find that on my YouTube channel, DITRH, right here. That's the name of my YouTube channel, The Outward Flow of Civilizations. And it talks about how there came a time where our sun moved outwards and everyone followed it. All the Incans, the Mayans, and all of these ancient civilizations, they followed it outwards. So out here is another civilization way more advanced than us. And out here, another civilization out with us. And each ring has its own sun. And all
from
of
its
its
perspective.
But by the way, let me back up a minute. Anything beyond the shoreline of Antarctica,
yes,
and anything above as high as we can reach is speculation. Okay? Some people think we're in an enclosed dome and there's no way out. Some people think that's it. There's no other land out there. Many people think there is more land out there. I'm a fan of this map. I like it. Right? There's a map that was discovered. If I can find it, a map that was discovered in a Japanese 10th century old map showing this. It's showing like 30 other continents outside of our known world. What's this?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I made you jump around. I want to go back if we can.
But I do. No, we can't go back. Never go back. We can go back.
Let's re-review then. Let's revisit. The planets.
You can go anywhere you want. You can go anywhere you want.
I do often. Anyway, the planets, the stars, because again, when I teach astrology and I help people understand on this channel astrology from what I call a 5D perspective, and really for me, what that is I want you to feel the energy of the planets, feel the energies of these constellations. And it's not that they they rule and make us do things, but we have to flow with those energies and understand what that is as it comes in towards us during different transitory periods. So you're saying that the planets are not actually planets per se,
They're
that they are
wandering stars. They're energetic sources. They're here within the Earth system, and they're directly connected to our lives.
yes.
And by the way, you can be an astrologer and believe we live on a globe and map all the positions of the planets and get a lot right. But once you lay that astrology knowledge over a flat Earth, you become a super powerful astrologer. Astrology is the real science.
Yes, it is.
Astronomy is complete and total
Myth.
Can I say horse shit on here?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Horse shit. Okay. Complete and total horse shit. So let's just look at the flat Earth model.
Okay.
And I'll get into a whole bunch of things. This is my app. It's called the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. It's a way to learn about flat Earth because Google censors it. If you Google flat Earth, give up. You might as well just sign on to the globe for the rest of your life because they're hiding all of this information. Okay. So wherever the sun is, it's noon. And whatever it's closer to, like Australia, it's summer in Australia right now. So it's noon here and just follow it around. The sun's rising in Africa, South Africa. Johannesburg is having their summer and the sun's coming over. We're having our winter. Where are you located?
In Wisconsin.
Yeah, freezing. Okay. I'm in Connecticut. We're up here. The sun is farther away. You know where it's hot in June? In June, I'll jump forward. I'm in actually in July, but that's right. The sun comes up all the way to this yellow line called the Tropic of Cancer, and it goes right over Miami. Super hot in Miami. It's over Mexico and South America and the Southern California. It's hot there, right? And the sun, it's colder in Australia because the sun is farther away, right? The sun goes around and we're having our summer and it migrates. So I'll go back out July, August, September, October, November, and December. It's all the way out as far as it goes. It takes 6 months to go out, and then it takes 6 months to come back in. Right? So imagine you and I, we're outside. I come to Wisconsin and we get some beach chairs and we sit outside. We're 25 feet apart from each other, and the ground is frozen. Why are we sitting outside in beach chairs? Right? So somebody comes over with a giant heat lamp, a big, beautiful, powerful heat lamp on a big stick and holds it 10 feet over your head. And it's radiating heat down on you. That's your summer sun. Okay. Yeah. I'm 20 feet away. That sun's not up there. It's over there, lower in the sky to me. I can barely feel the heat. I can see it. It's lower in the sky. And so if that person keeping it at the exact same height, walked towards me with that heat lamp, I'm going to see the heat lamp get higher and higher and higher in the sky. And you're going to see it get lower and lower and lower in the sky.
Yes.
I'm having my summer. You're having your winter. That's how the sun migrates in and out. Everything in between these two lines, the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, is called the tropics. Because the sun is never too far away from them. It's never far away. That's why anything in the tropics is warm all the time. But when it's all the way out here, well, it's really far from everything inside this line. So check this out. The North Pole is called the Arctic. The South Pole is called the Antarctic, right? Mm-hmm. Why? Well, Arctic, words have meaning. If I'm inside of the Tropic of Cancer, everything in here, we can say, hey, this is the northern region. We'll call it the Arctic region, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm in here looking at the sun, what's the sun doing? Let me speed it up. What's the sun doing? It's arcing around me. It's making circles around me, arcing around me, right? Mm-hmm. Right? It's arcing around me. Now, if I'm outside of the Tropic of Capricorn, so I'm out here in southern South America or even in Antarctica, the sun is no longer arcing around me, is it? It's coming towards me and it's antarcing away from me. The Antarctic. Wow. The Arctic and the Antarctic. If the Earth was a ball, the sun 6 months apart at equal latitudes, north and south, would have the same weather, have the same sun, the same everything. And it's not the case at all. In June, there's a 24-hour sun in Norway and Alaska, all those inner northern spots, because the sun, they're here and the sun never gets too far away from them on this track. Right. So it's always close enough where it never goes away. But in the south, on a flat earth, we can have a 24-hour sun. Well, guess what? No one's ever filmed the 24-hour sun in the south. Nobody. There's long days, and that's because of the optics of the dome. Because when the sun is near the dome, the light wraps around the dome a little bit, but no one ever sees the sun for 24 hours in the south in December, where they should have a 24-hour sun, just like they do in the north. They don't, because the sun's antarcing instead of arcing. So the sun goes around and keeps track of the hours and the days. The moon keeps track of the weeks and the moons. There used to be 13 months of 28 days. Okay.
Right.
And so the sun will lap the moon once every 28 days. So the position and the phase of the moon keep track of the weeks and the months. And then if we turn on the stars are going slightly faster than the sun, so slightly that it takes 365 days for the stars to lap the sun. So what would that do? Right now, the sun is in what constellation is this?
Capricorn. We're in Capricorn.
So we're in Capricorn, right? And next month, the next constellation will catch up to it, and it'll be in there for 30 laps. And then the following month, that it'll work its way through the other one. And in a year, the stars will have lapped the sun, and we'll reset back to right where we are today. So the stars are circling. Now, NASA tells us, we're orbiting the sun, but the moon is orbiting us in a different direction. And the stars turn one way in the south and turn the other way in the north because we're on a ball. But no matter where you are on Earth, all the stars, the sun and the moon, rise in the east, set in the west. Okay? So if I'm looking at something and it's circling around me, I'm like, okay, it's going counterclockwise. Well, if I turn around, it's going clockwise. Right? So, the reason stars go in a different direction in the south is because you're facing the other direction. That's all. Everything rises in the east, sets in the west. The sun and the moon rise in the east, set in the west. The stars rise in the east, set in the west. So that's how seasons work. While we're here, let me just show you. Every day there's a new featured video, something YouTube will not feed you. These are good flat earth videos. You click on this, it opens up YouTube, and you got your featured video of the day, right? And what I tell people is watch the daily video each day for 2 weeks, and you too will lose the respect of your family and friends because you'll become a flat earther, right? But if you still think the earth is a globe and you want your 3 Bitcoins, before you send me your proof, you have to click this question mark button, and up comes all the questions you're going to ask. What about eclipses? What about seasons, which we just talked about? What about ships over the horizon? Where's the edge? What about tides? If I click what about tides, up come a whole bunch of videos that YouTube doesn't want you to see. They're there, but they're shadow banned. You won't find them. So you watch these and go, oh, that's it. Now I understand, right? And so all of that information is there. And the funnest thing on here, you see right here, I have a message. Another flat earther has sent me a message. How did they find me? If I hit the handshake button, this is the Flat Earth Friend Finder. And what it does, because Flat Earth is so isolating and you can no longer really talk to your family or Glober friends, this will locate all of the flat earthers that have the app near you. All of the orange dots are people that have joined within the last 60 days, sorry. And so I can zoom in, I can click on a dot and see that I can send that person a message. Happens to be David, it's not me. Or right here, this is the orange dots, by the way, are new. This is a new feature that's coming out. Profile. You can see the person's profile. You can add pictures, you can add social media about yourself, that who you are, looking for work or not. relationship status. People are using it as a dating app because guess what? There's nobody that's a flat earther that can be with a non-flat earther. I'm sorry. But if you're with a non-flat earther, don't worry because flat earth is so clear and so true that it's on your side. You can win. If you have a good relationship with the person, then you can show them that the earth is flat and then you have a flat earther. But if you're trying to meet somebody, you click on any one of those dots, male or female, they're your new best friend.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
They become your new best friend. And another thing I have on here is if I go here and I say, okay, 50 kilometers, save it. And on the upper left here, I can click that button and I could send a message to 262 people that are within 52 kilometers. Hey, I'm having a meetup at Lisa Brewer's house. And on Saturday at 2 p.m., 123 Main Street, RSVP to this email address, and they or whatever they can do that. So
That's awesome.
It is super awesome, super fun.
Love it.
And then you can check out if you click on the bottom right here. This will show you a faster loading map where you can kind of just look around and see where everybody is because it doesn't have to load all their profiles, so it's much quicker. But
Nice.
as you can see, flat Earth is growing. Would you say?
I would say.
We even have a flat earther in Antarctica right here at the
Oh my.
yeah, one flat earther in Antarctica.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So Dave, we're getting close to our time here, and hopefully at some point in the very, very near future, I can have you back and we have a little bit more time with you. I want to touch on something though you said at the very beginning. Because I am one that feels like religion and religious denominations and all of this, and even the versions of our holy text, not only were put in place to cause division, but to keep us, again, from truly becoming the divine beings in our true divine nature that we are. How does this flat earth or the globe concept, because it hasn't always been, as we can see, right? How does this globe concept, how does that contribute to that demise in humanity?
Yeah. So people say, with all the craziness going on in the world, why would they lie? What's the purpose? Why are you talking about flat earth?
Mhm.
And the answer is because when they say, who are they? Well, they are, the Council of Foreign Relations, United Nations, Bilderberg Group, Club of Rome. All of this is, these are the people that rule the world. So why the lie? And the answer is they're hiding free energy. They're hiding who you are. They're hiding the creator. They're hiding, the everything about this world that sets you free. They literally have us locked in the matrix in a fake world. And when you unplug like Neo did, look at Neo at the end of the movie versus Neo at the beginning of the movie. At the beginning, he's depressed, he's lost, he doesn't know where he is. Something's wrong with the world. And at the end, he's unplugged himself. It doesn't matter the shape of the state of the world. He's a much better, more powerful, connected to source person. And that's what they don't want. They don't want us connected to source. So, religions are they've been hijacked. They've been hijacked. But with all the different religions, there's good people in these religions that do the right thing. I don't tell people what God they should worship. I think it's all the same God as long as you realize it properly. All of the stories of all these religions, they all relate to the movement of the sun, moon, and stars. Okay. The sun dies on the 21st and is resurrected a couple days later, 3 days later, right? Right. It comes back, the sun, S-U-N and the S-O-N. There's a lot in common with that. If you and I are watching the sunset on the beach and we're 100 feet apart, you're going to see the sun walking on the water to your feet. You're going to see that line from the sun glare walking on the water. I'm going to see the sun walking on the water to my feet. When I look over at you, I don't see yours and you don't see mine. We both see the sun in a different place. The sun feeds us, energizes us, gives us life, does everything, lets us see, heals us. It does everything. So am I saying that these religious figures didn't exist? No. I think that souls are the currency of this world. Souls are a spark of God, a fraction of God within us. And the currency of this world that these evil soulless bastards that are running the world want, they want your soul. They want to steal your soul. They want to taint your body and steal your soul. They don't want you connecting with source. They want your soul. I don't believe that you can kill a soul, but you can hijack a soul from an unknowing, uneducated person. So that's what's going on in this world. And, you have one job here: maintain control of your soul. Don't sell it, and be a good person and expand the mind of the creator. Okay.
Yes.
That's what's going on. And they don't want us to know it. They don't want us to know that our thoughts literally can create anything that we want. Okay. It's amazing once you put that together. I mean, I grew up college, corporate America, started my own business. Wow, the American dream. Had it all, walked away from it all to do this. Walked away from it all. Craziest thing ever. My family, my brother and sister, they think I don't even know if they know what I'm doing. Like I don't talk because I don't want to argue with them about anything. It's horrible, but one day they're going to come back. They're going to see, holy crap, my brother's Flat Earth Dave, and he's right. And this has gone mainstream. And, too bad we didn't listen to him years ago. So
Yes.
that's okay. Everyone. And here's the thing: I don't judge anyone. If you want to be a baller, that's your journey. Have fun with it. You're in this amusement park. Okay. Luckily for me, I love roller coasters and I love puzzles. Those are probably my two favorite things. Well, guess what? We're in the craziest puzzle ever on the wildest roller coaster. Couldn't be happier.
Awesome. That is amazing. Dave, can you give the folks your website for us to be able to go to and find you and find these videos and go on and find some of the other information that you have, because you have a plethora of it. It's amazing.
Yeah. So when you're looking for this information online, it's a lifetime of information. You'll never find it because YouTube is hiding it, Google's hiding it. They don't want you seeing it, and who knows how long they'll last in their shadow banned state. But right now, they're all linked on my app. The app is called the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. It's $3, so you're buying me almost a beer. You'll have it for life, okay? And there's no other charge other than there's a subscription if you want to be able to send messages, okay? A lot of people don't send messages. They'll receive them. Hey, there's a meetup here. Click this link to email us. That's included with the app. If you want to send messages, it's $1 a month or $11 for the year. So if you've ever bought anybody a margarita and gave a crappy tip to the bartender, that's about a year's subscription for the app. Just go read the reviews. If you don't want to get the app, the reviews will turn you into a flat earther. Just go read the reviews in the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, and soon it'll be in the Amazon App Store. So
Awesome.
Check it out. It's the best $3 you ever spent. People said they would spend $50 on it. Don't want to do that. I'm not doing this for the money, but this is my job now. So yeah, I'm doing it for, it supports me in what I do. I have the greatest job in the world. I get to do what I want to do, which is wake up people and help them. And by the way, you can't wake up everybody. Some people don't want to wake up. That's not their journey. God bless them. Have fun.
Yes.
Have fun with that.
Yes. It's not our responsibility. We wake up as many as we can, but we're not going to wake everybody up, and we have to be okay with that.
Right. And we're here. I'm here spreading the word. And so many times when I go on a show that it doesn't touch any of this stuff, people absolutely freak out. And then a couple of days later, it's like, you know what? I took your app challenge. I haven't slept in 2 days. My partner won't talk to me anymore. I called in sick. I haven't slept. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, welcome to Flat Earth. Right. And then their life changes for the better. It's amazing. It's literally, if they put us in the indoctrination camps that we call school, and they teach us what they teach us. Like when the first sheet that the kids brings home from school is the orbits of the sun, moon, and stars, the planets and the sun and the moon, right? They're indoctrinating us there. A teacher has a globe in front of their desk. Then they teach you about government, how without government, the world would be crazy. Right. Then they tell you about taxes, but they don't teach you about taxes. And basically they make you believe, what's the saying? The only two things that you can count on is death and taxes. Yeah. Both of those are false. Okay. Both of those are false. Right. And they have you believing that you need government. Government is the problem. Okay. Government is the problem. And people are like, oh, what are you talking about? Who would pay for the roads? Government. It's the taxes on your gasoline and stuff. The roads would be fine without the government. There would be private industry. Okay. Once you start seeing that, that the world, people are good, people are entrepreneurial. The world works great, better without government. All of the problems in the world are caused by government, all of them. Okay. And all of the deceptions, with the space programs, we didn't even get into that. They're all fake. They're all 100% absolute fake. And if you look at, NASA gets $63 million every single day for this nonsense, and we have this going on in our world.
Right.
Okay? Absolute insanity, right? So the place you can find me, flatearthdave.com. That's all I'm going to give you. You can find everything else there. Also, you have my YouTube. How come I can't point? It's like different. It's right here. DITRH. It's the initials for Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. My videos are all under 5 minutes. Most of them are, if I have a couple 10-minuters on there, most of them are 1 or 2 or 3 minutes, short little bits. Okay. Just start watching those. And get the app. Watch the daily video every day. Start a little club with your friends. You can gift the app to your friends, tell your friends about it. And every day you watch the video. And instead of talking about weather and sports and nonsense, you can talk about today's video. And you will have the most interesting conversations ever. You will never run out of anything to talk about. I mean, what do people talk about now when they're not talking about what's really going on in the world? They talk about politics, murders, COVID. Yeah. They're talking about stuff that's all nonsense. All nonsense.
All negative energy, right?
Negative energy versus
all
positive
negative energy instead of the positive. So that's what we need to do. Raise our frequency.
Get a group of friends and say, hey, I've been looking into this. Get this app. Buy the app for them. You can gift it to them in settings on the Apple. And if there's ways to do it on Android. If you just you can email me. Start a club. And just everybody, if you guys get together for drinks on Friday, talk about the daily videos of that week. Everyone watches, goes to work for their 5 days, whatever. And then you go out for beers, whatever. And you say, oh yeah, on Thursday, he had one about Mars. Did you see the one about Elon Musk being a total fraud? What? Elon Musk is a fraud? Yes. Every single thing the guy has claimed to have done is a lie, and he didn't do it. Okay. He hasn't put any.
Go ahead. Come on.
You're getting an email from me that has Elon Musk fraud video in it. It's a 5-minute video. Watch it, and then you'll understand what I'm saying. All right.
Oh no.
FlatEarthDave.com. If you have a show and want to have me on and talk about this stuff, FlatEarthDave.com. There's a booking link there. You have links to the app. You have links to my podcast, links to some videos. And that's all I got to say about that.
I'm amazed. We will be having you back as soon as you're back from vacation and enjoying yourself. We're going to have you back because there's the NASA rabbit hole I have to go down, the space travel rabbit hole I got to go down. Now we have to go down the Elon Musk rabbit hole because that's going to be interesting.
Will you link the video? You should get a video, an email from me with a whole bunch of social media links and stuff. Link that video. That's the one you have to watch. Elon Musk fraud. You can check out my Telegram, which is, I got to put that on the website. It's t.me.com/ is it t.me/DITRH1. You have to add a 1 to it.
Add a 1.
DITRH.
Okay.
Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole 1. DITRH1.
Awesome.
Right. I'm starting to put stuff there. There's not a ton of stuff, but you'll find some interesting stuff there. And maybe not all flat earth too. Maybe some other stuff.
Be interesting. Hey, Dave, thank you. And then
you got to look into Tataria. Next time we'll talk about that.
Oh my God. Okay. I can't wait. All right, guys. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, sir. I so appreciate you. And until next time, guys, peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Bye, guys.